In a world full of turmoil, despair, and darkness, you need to carry the light. Season 3 of the Get Attitude podcast is where we will ignite your mind, your heart, and your attitude. And welcome to the GAP, the Get Attitude podcast. And today we are going to share the light all the way from Nigeria. We have the one and only speaker, doctor, founder of Cecy Health, Dr. Yomi Durojaye. Yomi, welcome to the Get Attitude podcast.
I'm here.
I love it. I love it. You're shaking. You're shaking. Now, Yomi, you are not in Nigeria. You are in Florida in the U.S. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing in Florida this past month.
All right. So I want to say thank you to the viewers back home and for coming on this podcast. And it's a great privilege to talk to people, to add value to lives, and then to share what you've had. So I'm in Florida visiting with my friends and family, and to connect and to have a little break from work that has been from one thing to another in touching lives in rural communities, in the cities, and then maintaining that health is a vital force in the race of life. When health is challenged, every other thing loses value. So I am in the business of changing the face of healthcare system in Africa. For this period, I needed to take a little break and relax and refire.
I love it. I love it. So, when you think about attitude and you say, I'm going to change healthcare in Africa, pretty big goal, takes a pretty big attitude to do that. Number one, what I'd love to know is, what was your attitude? What created your attitude to take on such a huge goal to change healthcare in Africa? And tell me and then tell me the one or two major changes that you want to make.
Right. The goal is crazy goal. Is a crazy goal. The first time I said it to anybody, the person looked at me like this and walked away. That go get something reasonable to do to feed yourself and be fine. Now, but if you want to change your life, you must have a crazy goal. Until they call your goal a crazy one, you have not done anything. Peter Diamandis, the guy, the astronaut, the doctor, and all that, the founder of X Prize, one of Tony Robbins' buddy, said that a day before the breakthrough is a crazy idea. So if you don't have a crazy idea, you can't have a breakthrough. So I came up with growing up with a single mom and who took care of the four of us. And then she said, I wanted to be a doctor, but I loved physics and maths. I wanted to be an engineer. So I love God. So I prayed and I decided that I found out that I should go and be a doctor. So I became a doctor. She single-handedly ran us in school and all that. And after I finished medical school, few weeks after, she had an accident and died. That was a major crushing thing in my attitude. It was crazy.
Yes.
Crazy. So, but then I was like that, disillusioned. I didn't know what to do. The person that made me to run a doctor to be a doctor. It has gone. What's all this? So one day I was reading a book, and I was alone, and then I read in that book. It said everything is energy, and you have the power to move from the positive side of the energy to the negative side of the energy, that God has given us. That's one choice. That's one part. That means you can be crying now and decide that no more cry, I want to smile. So I decided that. So that came to my mind that if you change your attitude, you can actually change this idea of what your mom went through, the pains, the suffering, what she went through. You can use it to help other women who are going through the same thing. That is the beginning of Cecy Health. So I jump into the fact that let me set what they call the massively transformative purpose, as taught by, of course, one of my coaches, Peter Diamandis. I mention him a lot. He's a doctor and he's an astronaut. He is a crazy thinker. So I decided we're going to do what can change the face of healthcare system in Africa to affect a billion population within 10 years. So that's the beginning of Cecy. So it was like, okay, let's begin, let's start. But I know that you can't do that with just a normal thinking. You need to have a kind of strength, depth within. That took me to the Tony Robbins event where I met glennbill, right?
Yes.
So my attitude at that event attracted a lot of great people towards me. Where I am right now, I'm in one of my friend's house. Debbie, we've been friends since that time, since 2017. You remember glennbill?
Yes,
right?
yes. 5 years ago we met.
We met, that's right. So what has kept on? See, if you don't have a deep-seated positive attitude that you can be in charge of your mind every day, events around will overrun you. So I decided to put up a quote. This quote is me. I came it out with myself. I said, stage your environment to suit this kind of success you want, or you will be staged out of what belongs to you.
Excellent.
And the only way you can stage your environment is here.
Yes. In your mind.
Is here.
Mm-hmm.
Is here. Let me cite this example. When elephant sees lion, elephant says that, oh, this eater has come. Irrespective of the big size, the elephant is multiple times the size of a lion. But when lion sees elephant, he sees food. What's the difference? Here.
Yes.
The attitude within. So that attitude is what has helped so far, so good.
I love it. I love it. Talk to me about, obviously we're going to have lots of Americans listening to this. Talk to me about the difference between American healthcare and Nigerian healthcare. And what do you take from America back to Nigeria to make things better?
Okay, so the first thing I would say is that there is a lot of difference which we know from developed world and developing world. The systems are organized, the equipment, the technology is there, and the access to those technologies are also there. But the major thing I'm taking home anytime the ideas can be there, the equipment can be there, the technology can be there, the financing can be there. But if your attitude is bad, if your mindset is poor, you can't make any difference. You can't make any difference. That's why that's one of the reasons we make sure that before we start work every day, some of my team members may be watching this, before we start work every day, it is to follow what we call the 3 to thrive. You want to change here.
Yes.
The first thing is the physiology. Physiology. We do a workout. We call it Sicilian way. We do a workout that you move your body. One of the gurus in personal development and life coach, Tony Robbins, said that when you change how you move your body, you change your biochemistry, and that makes you to change your focus. Yes. You won't see the problem. So where we work, there is one community where we work. You must have seen the picture and the video all over. These people work in terrible environment. I try to make it as suitable, comfortable, and all that for them. But I work more on their mind because that's what keeps you. So I make sure that mindset, change the physiology. You must do a workout. If you must work with us, you must be committed to doing the workouts every morning. First thing is the basic thing. So the second thing is that as you do the workout, we give you some positive mantras, affirmations that help you to change your language and your thoughts and your thinking. So we are grooming what we call Sicilian medical team.
Love
And
it.
you see one thing, when they travel out of the country to the UK, maybe to go and work elsewhere, they are different. Their mindset is different. They become stronger than what you expect. They become more able to do more things. And I will say that success in life is not dependent on resources. It is how much of the resourcefulness you have inside of you. That's your emotional state, that's your mindset, that's your attitude. Attitude is the attitude is what connects you. A good attitude is what connects you to infinite supply. Your attitude determines what you achieve. So yes, there are ideas we learn from different parts of the places, countries that we go to, the UK and all that. There are different connections. There is issue of financing. There is issue of medical equipment. There is issue of stable power and all that. But if you don't develop your attitude, you might have all that and it will crash.
Was your mother named Cecy?
Her name is Cecilia. So I refined it to Cecy, and I love it.
I love it. It's so good. And if people want to help Cecy, where would they go to give some financial support or to follow what you're doing? Because what you're doing is incredible. It's a light. It is the light in Nigeria. Where would they go? Right. Just the website?
So what we do, this is what we do right now. We have found out that people come out to come and say, oh, come and donate for me. Come and donate for me. And it has tagged Africa to be a place where you just, anytime you see an African man, it is aids and donations. I read in a book, aids and donations are never sustainable. Collaborations and partnerships are the best form. And when I switched my mind away from that, everything changed.
Wow.
So I decided, so what we do right now is that, let's say there is maybe glennbill Foundation wants to do something in Africa. We are here for you. We will not even collect money. We will tell you, these are the things you need to do, get them, bring them, and then we'll work together, we get it done. It's a win-win situation. You get what I'm trying to say?
Well,
if there is a problem if there's a problem somewhere and they call that, they want to do something and all, what we do right now, we say that, okay, what do you want to do? What do you have? Get them. These are the things you have. We will bring what we have, and if it is capacity, we'll bring. If it is this, we'll bring. If it is local content, we'll bring. And then we'll work it together. So the work grows bigger.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Yes, of course.
Everybody must move away from the mindset of aids and donations. It erodes human dignity. It erodes human dignity. It shuts down your capacity. When you begin to think of, what can I add? So we have one club called Exponential Thinking Youth. What the youth does, what I'm training the youth is, there are basic things. One, you need to, every young person wants to think of, what can I have? What can I get? What can I get? What can I get? We move them away from that.
Yes.
You don't grow by what you get. You grow by what you give, what you become. That's what it is. You do not grow by what you get. You grow by what you give. Giving is living. Getting is not living. Getting is dying. When you eat and eat, you know, animals, when you eat, the size of the animal determines the size of the manure it's able to bring out. They said there is one animal that eats about 100 pounds of straw every day, and it releases about 98 pounds of fertilizer. That is life. If it doesn't release it, it will die. Giving is the beginning of receiving.
I love it.
Giving is what kickstarts the process of receiving. So what we do, I followed Bob Proctor of good memory, who died early this year. Very sweet, loving man, energy pumping guy. He was my first ever coach. First ever. That when I say I paid coach, that was the first man, remotely for 13 months. So I learned one thing. He said, you know one thing? There is a law of vacuum. Mindset is everything. If you think you are poor, you are poor. If you
Yes.
think you're poor, you are gone, 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 gone. So he said, one thing that you must realize is that the law of vacuum states that you want something, you need to create space for it. So you want new clothes and you're packing the old clothes inside there. Go and empty them. When you empty them, you'll be like, what am I going to wear? Watch. The law of vacuum will replace it. So these are the mindsets that you must change. See, most people don't suffer from resources, from lack of resources. We suffer from lack of poor mental attitude.
Yes.
That's why that guy, the strong, the giants in the institute, normal Vincent Pearl, that said the positive thinking or something like that. That's why he wrote that book, because your attitude can shape your life. Your attitude can destroy your life. One other area that you must focus on. Let me tell you this one. This one is a kicker.
I love it.
Gratitude is the attitude that hooks you up to infinite supply, unending supply. Gratitude is the attitude. So you see, when you look at that word, gratitude, you'll be like, I've not eaten today. What am I going to be grateful about? I'm sick, I'm bedridden. What am I going to be grateful about? Right. You have lost food, you have lost houses, you have lost. God is the reason you've not lost everything. You lost something? Good. You still have something to be grateful about. You are still breathing. Those in the hospital, they breathe in oxygen and they pay. If you have to pay for the oxygen, can you pay it? You pray. You just breathe in. So you breathe in freely, easily. Some cannot do that. So you must find, and it is when you thank God for, you are grateful for what you have, then you begin to create the reasons for more. Now, I'll jump to another thing, which is also very key. These are things that have helped me, that I dwell in almost every day, and I teach the children that this is the way to think. This is the way to think. Most of us, Tony Robbins said, most of us, we are capable of extraordinary things. But what will we achieve is usually disappointing compared to what we can achieve. He said, why? Poor attitude. Poor attitude. Poor attitude. When you are able to work on what your attitude is, you are going to be on the scale. If I'm going to give 3 quick tips to maintain a stable attitude every day. 3. See, somebody will say that, oh, how can I get motivated every day? So one lady came to me and said that, I see you happy every day. I see you healthy every day. I see you happy. What makes you happy every day? Hello? What makes you happy every day? What makes you happy every day? I said, this is it. Is it that bad things don't happen? Is it that people don't disappoint me? Is it that things don't fail? No. I just get smarter than negatives.
Yes.
I just get smarter than negatives. You just have to be smarter than negatives. If you look very well, you will find positive. If you look very well, you will find negative. Why should you now worry yourself? Look out for the good. Harvest the good. Good is everywhere. Good and bad, they're always lurking around. Look for good all the time. It is what you look out for that you are going to find. When a new car comes out and you're just seeing it for the first time, the day you see it, the next minute you are seeing it again. You are seeing it again. Why? Reticular activating system picks up to look out for that thing that you have seen before. So I will say that the problem in any part of the world, Africa, Middle East, or anything, is not just the financial. It's more largely on our mindset. Because in those countries as well, there are crazily rich people who work their way to the top without doing any negative to anybody. That's the way to think. So back to my point.
Yes.
Poor mentality produce poor people.
Yes.
Rich mentality produce rich community.
I love it.
Poor mindset breeds poor generation. Rich mindset breeds riches all around. I can't say this less. Now, I'm going to wrap up this last part of what I'm saying with this one. If you want to ask any other thing, I'm ready. But let me just close to this segment with this. Now, abundance thinking is very important. Abundance in health, abundance in wealth, abundance in health, happiness, health, and wealth. Those three, 2H and 1W. That's all everybody wants in life. You want to be happy, right?
Yes.
You want to be wealthy?
Yes.
You want to be healthy.
Abundant.
So abundance of all that, thinking that way will be very important. And I will share with everybody on this call to say this to yourself every day. Every day. From abundance, I took abundance, I give abundance, I saved abundance, I enjoyed abundance, and abundance remains. From abundance, I took abundance, I gave abundance, I ate abundance, I enjoyed abundance, I saved abundance, I invested abundance, and abundance remains. That can be abundance of health, that can be abundance of wealth, that can be abundance of happiness in all forms. Think that way, and you see that way. If you can hold it so long in your head, you can hold it in your hand.
I love that. We are with Dr. Yomi Durojaye from Cecy Health. He is the founder. Yomi is a lightning rod. He is a light, just like season 3. This is why I said I have to have him on my podcast. Yomi, what I would love to know is a story where Cecy Health or you personally helped someone. Like when you found somebody and then you helped them through Cecy Health or personally, what's that story? Because I'm sure that the story you're getting ready to tell us can be related to the people that are listening to this. So tell us one of your biggest success stories on what you've been able to do. Okay,
so we try to downplay this, but I'm going to share with you.
Well, don't.
There is a community where we have our team members working there in collaboration with some partners, and over the community is about 25,000 community members. No decent clinic, nothing at all. When they want to deliver in their houses. Children die of preventable diseases. So we've moved into the community with our partners, build a clinic. A clinic is working there right now. And one day, a woman who had 8 children, and was pregnant, yes, was in labor at home. Of course, the usual thing that they deliver in their houses. So was in labor in the house and was bleeding. If they had to take to the hospital, if that clinic was not there, if they had to take to the hospital, it would take another 4 hours. Oh. This woman was bleeding torrentially because she was in labor and the uterus has torn. The doctors went to the house, carried her to the hospital. They went into the theater in the hospital over there. See, with minimal equipment, repaired the uterus, brought the baby out, did 10 pints of blood.
Oh, my mercy.
10 pints of blood.
Oh.
Over 8 hours, the woman survived, and she's able to mother other 7 children that she already had.
I love it.
That was a big story for us. Then we did, of course, we counseled on family planning. We helped her to do a proper family planning. Today, she's alive.
Yes.
This is a life. Now, the second one.
Yes.
This man came to the hospital blind, could not see due to cataract. Cataract is the leading cause of blindness globally. And cataract is one of the easiest form of eye surgeries. So we went there with our eye surgeons, and then we did bilateral eye surgery. You see, the man, they removed the plaster. The following day, the man started seeing. So to me, it was like Jesus saw you, opened your eyes, and you started seeing. It was a miracle. Oh. The whole community burst into everywhere. So that's the impact. That's the impact. Today, let me tell you.
Yes.
Look at my skin. I'm not white.
You're not?
We get there. I'm not.
I always thought you were white.
We are like, can you see? We are like, they will say, oh, white man has come. That's what they call us. Why? What we do there is similar to what they thought in their head that white men come to do. Savior.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So these are the bits and bits of. There are many other stories. So that has attracted a lot of collaboration and partnerships. From Florida, we got some people who just got like different shoes, and then we shipped it down to the place. And then the children were happy, excited. We're preparing for back to school in September. It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
And you know, the thing is that partners just come. We don't even say, oh, give us this. No, we don't. Partners just come.
Yes.
And that's how it has been. So Cecy Health has a mission to change the face of healthcare system in Africa, but also has a mission to raise giants in healthcare system. People with strong mind, people with positive attitude, people with great attitude. So I want to tell everybody listening to me, you want to achieve any big thing, get attitude.
I love it. And I want to thank you for many of you who knew that we've done the Attitude Fest, Global Attitude Awareness Day. Dr. Yomi and his wonderful people in Nigeria and the children all had University of Attitude badges on. They were dancing. They were happy. And I said, in one of the poorest countries in the world, the happiness, the love, and the energy and the vitality of all those people dancing on Global Attitude Awareness Day, we had to award Nigeria the very first Global Attitude Award for the country with the greatest attitude, with the great leader of Yomi. So Yomi, thank you. Go to our YouTube channel. You'll see what Yomi did. And if you want to partner or build a relationship with Yomi, just reach out to me directly. Follow him on Facebook, YOMI. That is his Facebook handle. And he is somebody that you want to follow and get a piece of. You've just been so great. Yomi, what we always like to do is just finish our interview with your hope for the people that are listening. There are people, Yomi, that come to this podcast that search for how to bridge the gap between who they are and who they want to become, and from where they are to where they want to go. We would just love you to finish with telling them your secrets on how to get to where you want to go, how to become to who you want to become. What's your secret? This is your closing remark, your message of hope for the people that are walking the beaches, that are walking on the streets, that are listening to this podcast in their car going, oh, I just need a little bit more of Yomi to make my day and my life and my month. So it's now on you, my friend.
So I'm going to use what we call exponential thinker's secrets. Exponential thinker's secret. Number one, you must have a goal. No matter what, you must have a goal. That is a life-changing. If it is financial goal, start with anything small, anything. And you must have a goal that you have never achieved before. That's number one. And we used to use this to say, you must have a goal, because I teach children all this. So this is the sign. I say, you must have a goal.
Yes.
Then the second one, you must work on your goal.
Yes.
You must work on your goal. So this is the one. Then you must think about your goal. Think. This is the third one. You must think about your goal. So explanation on each of these, you must have a goal. Have a clearly written goal. See, create a crystal clear mental picture of your goal in your mind. Yes. Create a crystal clear mental picture of your goal in your mind. Then think. Consciously think about your goal. That is when you now have to cut a picture. What do you want to do? What are the goals? Cut a picture. Paste it on the ceiling. See it when you wake up. Paste it in front of the mirror. See it. Have a picture of it so that you think about it. Then take a baby step. what is the first thing you think you can do? Don't think about the whole story or whole line. If you want to drive from Indianapolis to Houston, you can, but you cannot see Houston from Indianapolis. No, you can see only as far as the light. So, but as you go further, you see further.
Yes.
Take baby steps.
Yes.
When you take action, everything changes. That will be the secret.
I love
Last
it.
one to cap it up, which I must close with, is make sure you put yourself in a positive state of mind every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Thank you very much. God bless.
Yomi, you have put us in a positive state of mind. You are a gift from God. You are a dear friend. I love following you. You just lit us up. You gave us the light that we needed in season 3. And I just want to thank you for being here. This is Dr. Yomi with glennbill saying goodbye from the Get Attitude Podcast.